Good morning, student. How was your exam? Hope you have completed all the questions without any queries. And everyone has scored very nice marks in the exam. In especially in my subject English. Very good students. Proud of you. Now we will come to our syllabus. We have to complete our syllabus. So we will start with our fifth chapter, the 12 months. The 12 months. Which month is this? It is September month. Okay, so there are 12 months in the whole year: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So these are the 12 months, and the story is all about the 12 months. And the Maricula means the girl and her troubles or her problems, and 12 months were solving her problems, and all about these characters. So this story is very interesting, so we will see the story part wise. So we will start the story. Once upon a time, in a faraway country, there lived a mother who had two daughters. Okay, once upon a time in a far away means very distant, very far away. कहीं दूर एक country में lived a mother who had two daughters. One was her own child and other was her stepdaughter. Means there was one mother and she had two daughters. One was her own mother, her own daughter, and another was her stepdaughter. Stepdaughter means what? A daughter of one's husband or wife by previous marriage. Means a person who had done two marriages, and uh, of first marriage one daughter and second marriage another. So there was one mother and two daughters, but one was her own daughter and second one was stepdaughter. Means she was not her own daughter. She was very fond of her own daughter. The mother was very fond of her own daughter. Means very curious about taking care about only her daughter, and giving all the things, all the luxurious things, uh, all precious things, and taking care of her only of her own daughter. But she hated her stepdaughter. Means she was hating her stepdaughter, not giving the basic things to the stepdaughter. The only reason was that Mericula, the stepdaughter's name is Mericula, the was prettier than her own daughter Helena. Means her own daughter's name is Helena and the stepdaughter name is Mericula. So Helena was not as prettier as Mericula. So that's why the mother, stepmother, and the sister, means Maricula's mother and sister, are hating her because Maricula was more prettier than Helena. That's why they are hating her. The gentle hearted Maricula did not know how beautiful she was, and so she could never make out why her mother was always so cross with her. So that time in that country and in that time, means this story is too much years ago or too much old. So that time the people are thinking beautifulness, one who is beautiful, people are saying you are beautiful. People are treating them very nicely and taking care of them. That's why they realize I am beautiful. I should take care of myself, or I'm so beautiful, I should proud of myself. And that's why. So in her house, in Moricula house, there were only two family members, only mother and sister, and they are also hating her. So that's why Maricula did not realize how beautiful she was, and so she never make out why her mother was always cross to her. Means she never realized that she was beautiful, and that's why she didn't know the reason behind the mother's hateness about her. Means that's why she was cross with her. Cross means very angry. Every time her mother was angry with her. Maricula had to do all the housework. Means uh, two sisters are there. One is always taking care of herself, plus her mother is also taking care of her, and another other sister is doing all the housework, tidying up the cottage, cooking, washing, spinning, weaving, and sewing. She liked work and she did it all without a word of complaint, while Helena spent the time adoring herself and lazing about. Means Moricula was doing all the housework, means tidying up the cottage, घर की साफ सफाई करना, कुकिंग करना, वॉशिंग करना, स्पाइनिंग, कपड़े धोना, सुखाना, फिर वापस से उसको घड़ी करना, ये सब सब काम मॉरिक्यूला करती थी. एंड अदर सिस्टर हॉलेना स्पेंडिंग ऑल हर टाइम अडोरिंग हर सेल्फ, मीन्स डेकोरेटिंग हर सेल्फ, हमेशा तैयार होना, और लेजीनेस मीन्स सोना, यही सब करती रहती. इवन देन होलेना एंड हर मदर स्कोल्डेड एंड रेटेड एंड अब्यूज्ड मेरिकुला एवरी डे. मीन्स इतना सब कुछ करने के बाद भी मेरिकुला की मदर और सिस्टर हमेशा उसको डांटना और रोज़ रोज़ उसके साथ बुरा बर्ताव करना, ये सब कुछ रोज़ रोज़ करती थी. दे एंड annoyed her so much that one day they decided to throw her out in the freezing cold to get rid of her. Means they invited her so much, that means वो उससे इतना जेलस थे वो मदर और सिस्टर मेरिकुला से, कि उसको उन्होंने एक बार डिसाइड किया कि इसको घर के बाहर बाहर उन लोगों के यहाँ पे बर्फ पड़ रही थी. सो फ्रीजिंग कोल्ड दे थ्रो हर आउट इन फ्रीजिंग कोल्ड टू गेट रीड ऑफ हर. मीन्स उससे छुटकारा पाने के लिए उन्होंने उसको बर्फ़ में जाने के लिए कह दिया. बाहर बहुत ज़ोरों से बर्फ़ गिर रही थी और इतनी ठंड में उसको बाहर निकाल दिया. गो मैरिकुला एंड गेट मी सम वॉयलेट्स फ्रॉम दी फॉरेस्ट. मीन्स मोरिकुला के सिस्टर ने उससे क्या कहा कि जा, गो एंड गेट मी सम violets from the forest. Means she wanted some violets. Here violets means the not the violet color. Here violets means the flowers which girls put in their hairs, put in their hair, or they smell, or they make things of that flower. So violet is the flower, and Moricula's sister said to her to get her some violets from the forest. I want to wear them and to smell them, said Helena. Helena said to Moricula to go and bring some violets. But my dear sister, it is impossible to find violets in the snow, said poor Moricula. मोरिकुला बेचारी बोली कि बट माई डियर सिस्टर इट इज़ इम्पॉसिबल, इतनी बर्फ़ में फूल ढूंढना ये पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि बर्फ़ सब जगह जम गई होगी और फ्लावर्स पूरे उसके नीचे हो गए होंगे, और इतनी ठंड में अगर मोरिकुला बाहर जाएगी तो फिर उसके लिए भी अच्छा नहीं है. तो उसने प्यार से अपनी सिस्टर को ऐसा बोल दिया कि इम्पॉसिबल है. हाउ डेयर यू टू आर्ग्यू व्हेन आई टेल यू टू डू समथिंग. मीन्स अब ये कौन बोल रही है? हॉलेना बोल रही है, हाउ डेयर यू टू आर्ग्यू व्हेन आई टेल यू टू डू समथिंग. मीन्स शी सेड टू हर, आई डोंट वांट एनी आर्ग्यूमेंट, ऑफ यू गो at once, and if you don't bring me violets from the forest, I will kill you, said Helena to Moricula. Moricula get frightened, means वो घबरा गई. उसकी सिस्टर ने कहा, क्या क्या कहा हेलेना ने? हेलेना सेड थ्रेटिंगली, मीन्स जोर से डराते हुए उसको कहा कि अगर वॉयलेट्स तो नहीं लेके आए तो देन आई विल किल यू, मैं तुझे मार डालूंगी, ऐसा हेलेना ने मॉरिक्यूला को कहा. देन the stepmother caught hold of Moricula and turned her out of the door and slammed it to after her. Means the stepmother caught hold of Moricula. Means stepmother caught Moricula and threw her out of the door and shut the door with force after putting her out of the door. Moricula went into the forest weeping bitterly. मीन्स मॉरिक्यूला जोर जोर से रोते रोते जंगल में चली गई. द स्नो ले डीप एंड देयर वॉजंट ह्यूमन फुटप्रिंट टू बी सीन. मीन्स मॉरिक्यूला उस बर्फ में चलते हुए जा रही थी, लेकिन बर्फ इतनी डीप थी कि वहाँ पे इंसान के पैरों के निशान भी नहीं दिख रहे थे, फुटप्रिंट्स भी नहीं दिख रहे थे. मॉरिक्यूला वैंडर्ड अबाउट फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. मॉरिक्यूला go here and there. Wandered means walking here and there. She was finding the violets. As soon as she found violets and go home back. Moricula wandered about for a long time, tortured by hunger and trembling with cold. Means Moricula was very wandering here and there and tortured by hunger. She was so much hungry and to inflict of pain of hungerness and trembling with cold. Means she was shivering and means वो ठंड से काँप रही थी और उसे भूख भी लगी थी. At last she saw a light in the distance. She went towards the glow which came from the top of the mountain. Means at last उसको एक लाइट दिखी और वो माउंटेन की तरफ से आ रही थी. A big fire was burning there and round the fire were 12 stones. Means there was a big fire over there on the mountain, and around on the round of that burning fire there were 12 stones, and with 12 stones there were 12 men sitting on them. There of them had snow white beards. There were not so old. Three sorry, three of them had snow white beards, three were not so old, and three were still younger. Means total 12 men were there, sitting on the 12 stones round of the fire. Three of them had snow white beard, and three were not so old, and three were still younger. How many of them are there? This total is 9. After that, the three youngest were the handsomest of all them. Here total 12. Okay. So 3 were snow white beards, 3 were not so old, and 3 were still younger, and 3 were handsomest of all of them. They were not speaking but all sitting silent. They were not speaking but silently they were sitting round the fire. These 12 men were 12 months. Who were they? They were 12 months. The topic of the chapter, the topic name is the 12 months. So these are the 12 months. The great January sat highest of all. His hair and beard were as white as snow, and in his hand he held a club. So great January was sitting highest of all. We all know that January is the first month of the 12 months. So January was sitting highest of all. His hair and beard were white as snow, and he in his hand he held a club. Club means here means stick, long long stick. Okay. So heavy stick used as a weapon. January was holding a club. Maricula was frightened. Means वो थोड़ी डर गई. She stood still for time in terror. Means वो थोड़ा डरते डरते वहीं पे थोड़ी खड़ी रही. But growing bolder, she went up to them and said. Means थोड़ा उसने हिम्मत की और थोड़ा थोड़ा उनके पास जाके उसने क्या कहा. She said, please kind sirs, let me warm my hands at your fire. अब इतनी cold, so much of cold was were there. Okay. So she came to them and she said that please kind sirs, let me warm my hands at your fire. Means मुझे भी थोड़ा सा अपने हाथ सेकने दीजिए. Great January nodded means ग्रेट जनवरी ने अपना सर हिलाया and asked her, why have you came here, my dear little girl? What are you looking for? Means great January asked Mericula means आप इतनी रात में यहाँ पे क्यों आई हो लिटिल गर्ल, आपको क्या चाहिए? आई एम लुकिंग फॉर वॉयलेट्स आंसर्ड मेरिक्यूला मीन्स मेरिक्यूला ने आंसर दिया कि मैं वॉयलेट्स के लिए यहाँ पे आई हूँ. वॉयलेट्स मीन्स द फ्लावर्स विच हर सिस्टर आस्क्ड हर टू ब्रिंग home. This is no time to be looking for violets, for everything is covered with snow. Okay, so आज हम इस वीडियो में इसी पेज का डिस्क्रिप्शन देखने वाले थे. दिस इज नो टाइम टू लुकिंग फॉर वॉयलेट्स, फॉर एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड विथ स्नो. सो जनवरी ने क्या आंसर दिया मॉरिक्यूला को कि ये कोई टाइम नहीं हुआ वॉयलेट्स लेने के लिए आने का, सब कुछ बर्फ से ढका हुआ है, तुझे वायलेट्स कहाँ से मिलेंगे, ऐसा जनवरी ने मॉरिक्यूला को आंसर दिया. सो व्हाट मॉरिक्यूला विल से, हाउ विल शी गेट violets, and when she will go back home, what her mother and sister will do with her, what all 12 months will how they will help her, we will see in the next video. What you have to do, you have to write the hard words given below this video. Do complete your homework. Thank you.